Dr. Lissa here. In this episode, we're going to doctor up a Metallophone that has some problems. It seems that these flexible rubber pins, after a while, aren't so flexible, and it's pretty easy for a kid who's bored or not paying attention to wiggle them back and forth and just break them off. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened to this one. So we are going to replace all of the flexible rubber pins. So you just break off just like that. This is a little more complicated operation. This particular instrument is in good shape. Other than that, all of the elastic tubing and the pins on this side are in good shape. So we're just going to address the flexible pins over here, and for that you will need the following materials. You'll need the replacement parts that come in a package with nails and pins together. And eventually you may need to replace the nails, but today we're just doing these rubber pins. And when they're new, they are flexible. After a while they dry out and need to be replaced. You will need an electric drill or a cordless drill with a drill bit that's just a little bit smaller than the pin that you're replacing. And to clean up the box, we'll use the same process that we use for xylophones. You'll need some furniture polish, a vacuum, and to clean the bars, we're going to use Windex. So that's what you will need, and here we go. All of these pins have been broken off, so the next thing we're going to do is just peel back this felt. This also can be ordered if you want to replace it. We are going to try and use the original piece today. With your drill, you want to aim directly into the center of the pin. It's about an inch long. It's still in the box here. And we're going to drill straight down, and you will actually feel when you get to the bottom of the pin and hit the wood. You don't want to go any deeper than that. And this is going to be noisy and messy, and it's going to take a little bit of time. It may take a couple of hits in order to get the whole pin out. You'll be able to tell if you were successful or not. If you start seeing wood chips flying, you've gone too far. There we go. Sometimes you can just pull out the remaining pieces of the rubber. Okay, in order to center the drill, I'm going to take a nail and poke in the center of each one of these broken off pins so the drill has a place to start. So now I'm going to go back with the needle nose pliers and just pull out any remaining rubber. And there is a little collar. This is what the replacement pin looks like. The bottom of it is a little pointed, and there is a little collar around the middle. When you drill out the old ones, this collar can stay glued to the resonator box, so you might have to pry it out with a razor blade or a pair of needle nose pliers. And that's what I'm going to do now, is go back through all of these pins that I've drilled out and make sure that I have all of the old pin out. It all needs to come out, otherwise the new one won't fit in. see if we're there yet. Ah, that's better. Oh, yeah. Okay, so before we go any farther, I'm going to vacuum up this mess. So when we put the new pins in, we've got all the rubber shavings out. I told you it was going to be a mess, and there we have it. I'm going to double check and make sure these pins fit in every single hole. Oh, there's one that needs some help. Okay, so we have all of these holes drilled out, and I take it back. You may end up with a few wood shavings. If you go in and just stir a little bit to get that last little bit of rubber out of the hole, you'll find you'll be successful. So now we're going to apply a couple of drops of glue to each hole, and then put these new pins in. The pointed end goes down, and let it dry overnight. Couple of drops of glue. And we'll pop those pins in, and the worst part will be over. So to get at these pins, I peeled off the felt strip. You can replace that. It comes with adhesive on the bottom. We're trying to get away without that, so it doesn't matter if a little glue bubbles up around the edge of these new pins, because that'll help hold the felt down when we put the strip back. So there you have the new pins, and there's even a couple extra ones in the package. just in case. I'm thinking this will work. Just apply some glue to the remaining felt, and then I'll lay that felt strip back on and let the whole thing dry overnight. And there you have it. We've already vacuumed out the inside, so now I'm going to apply some furniture polish to the outside of the resonator box. Clean it up a little. I like to use this Scott's Liquid Gold, but really any furniture polish will work. This instrument is really in pretty good shape. Now it will look even nicer. And for the bars, we're just going to wipe them off with some Windex. Clean off any fingerprints, smudges, dirt. And of course, if you have any leftover residue from stickers, you might consider using Goo Gone to get that adhesive off. This is a quick job, and you can see from the rag that they are dirty, even though they look good. Now they're going to look even better. So when that box is dry, when all the glue from the pins has set, we'll put these bars back on, and our Metallophone will be just as good as new. And voila! A Metallophone after the day at the doctor.